y'all. I'm making some bagels this morning for our breakfast for tomorrow. Just waiting on this to bubble up here. If y'all haven't had homemade bagels before, y'all need to try them. I'm telling you, they are so good. Just so you know, if you do try them, you're gonna never wanna go back to store-bought ever again. And they're so easy too. I'm gonna put the recipe that I love down below so that you guys can try it out. Check this out. Nate's been wanting one of these old-fashioned pipe and cigar tobacco cans. And I saw this one, it was so much cheaper than the other ones. And I know why now, look at this. Poison, DDT, and flour. So we'll be cleaning this out really well before we use it. Anyway, it's cute though. Once I get the little sticker, once I get the tape off. Now once I get this done, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna be painting some lattice today. It's not my favorite thing. I've been procrastinating it for quite a while, but it's time. This lattice behind me, right behind the hydrangeas, that is what I've got to paint today. I need to do it before these hydrangeas get large, and then I can't really get behind it. Let me get to it. Guess that's all right. Ooh. This is really thick paint. Ooh. Looks like we got a little bit of dog hair in there. That's all right. It happens. Whoa. I'm gonna get back here. Messy, and my roller's not rolling. We're gonna time lapse this and make it look real easy. It's all done. I think it looks good. Now I won't look at the house and see that project looming and I'm like, it's done. And I did manage to get paint all over myself, even in my hair. Maro has paint on her too. But so I'm gonna have to clean myself up. Next week, I'm gonna repaint the porch. I really need to paint these banisters on the outside. Every spring I repaint the porch, it needs it. You see the stairs are a mess. They get all beat up over winter. I'm gonna see what Nate's up to. We'll see how his project's coming.
Just cutting up pallets. More pallets. I've tried all the fancy pry bars and splitters, and I find that just slipping a sawzall between the cracks, cutting the nails right off, seems to be the best way. These pallets are going to finish out Jenna's shelves. All this is just pallet wood. We make a lot of things out of pallet wood around here. Let me show you a couple of them. Made this computer desk out of pallets. Believe it or not, this is all pallet wood. Well, obviously. This is a pallet. And I made this from a unique piece of 16th century furniture. We love pallets around here. Pallets are free. Just a little bit of work to split them up. What are you up to, babe?
Waiting on the camera.
Well, here it is.
Thanks. I think this dough has been rising long enough. And I cleaned my hands off really well because I don't want to get paint in my bagels. Make these into little bagels. Ooh. everyone else is going outside. Just need these little guys. In fact, I think I'm gonna make these bigger. My bagels never look perfect. I just kind of knead it back and forth, and I pinch the underside. I don't know what other people do, but this is just what works for me. Underside's never that beautiful, but the top looks nice. You know, that's all we care about, right? I poke a little hole through it. Boop. Kind of spread it apart. See? I just set this aside and I'd let it rise while I'm making more. Put all my little bagel shapes. Isn't that fun? Now, they're all different. Each one is very unique. And I like it like that. I don't bother making them perfect. Some are bigger than others, but it's fine. It all works out. And it looks like my pot, is starting to do its thing. Little pot. Just about ready. Just about ready to put them in to boil. I like to boil them for about 3 minutes each. I usually can fit about 4 in my pot. That's a very important part about bagels, boiling them. Gives them that chewy bagel texture. I'm telling y'all, these are so easy, anybody can do it. Really, anybody. This is fun. You get to drop them in. Ooh. Ooh. And don't burn yourself now. Whoa. They'll start to float up. And you can take them out once they start floating up, but I like to give them a little bit more time. The longer you put them in, the chewier they are. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out. This is where I have to be careful not to burn myself. Done it before. These tongs, whoop. If I pick them up and then go this way too quickly, there's water that gets trapped in these tongs, and then I get boiling water all over myself. So I have to keep them down like this. And see, look at that. I'm telling you, making bagels is fun. So that one got a little bit funky looking right there, but that's okay. Y'all, when I first started making these, I used cornmeal on the bottom. Not good enough. I'm telling you, these things, if you don't put something down, they will stick to your pan like glue. So I use parchment paper now. Eventually, I'd love to get those silicone mats. Okay. They're all ready to go in the oven. Now, when you take these out, y'all, they're very slippery. I've put them on the pan with way too much enthusiasm, and then they end up flinging off onto the floor. So don't do that. All right, I'm gonna put them in the oven, but I'm not gonna show you doing that because my oven is dirty and I don't feel like cleaning it. Anyway, if anybody has any suggestions on how to clean an oven really well, let me know because I hate doing it. Okay, I guess it doesn't look too bad, huh? All right, put these in for, I think it's 20 minutes. I'll have to look at that. Well, they're all done. Don't they look yummy? I will show you tomorrow the bagel sandwich that I love to make and eat. I finally got my bagel sandwich and it's gonna be amazing. It's got cheese and eggs from the chickens and Spam. I like Spam. You can always do bacon, but I've been looking forward to this for a while. That's good. It is just a deliciously lovely day today. Look at these azaleas. Are they not gorgeous? I'm going to be propagating these this year. I'm going to be making more of them and putting them all throughout the trees. And these tulips, aren't they lovely? Come see my greenhouse. Nate's all done with the counters. Now I have counter space all the way around. And that's going to be fabulous. Especially when we have more sunshine in here. Crimson clover, look, starting to come up. Hey you.
What's up, baby?
I'm just showing everybody stuff, things and stuff.
Well, I'm just busting up logs.
I see that. Yeah, I look at this one. Isn't that funny? I think I want to keep it and put, I don't know, pots on it. Kind of an interesting shape. But look, my potatoes are starting to pop up. You see that? All over. I'm going to wait for them all to start popping up, and then I'll cover them up again with a bunch of leaves. These ones aren't coming up so much yet because I think they got disturbed with the tree falling and everyone running around with the chickens, and they're still in there and doing okay, and they are rooting themselves. I'm working on putting these zinnias out. They're gonna go right here. Y'all, I've been working on building this mound up today. I've been needing to do this for a while, but I've just been not wanting to do it. But finally got it done. It's just one of those things this weekend. We're just getting stuff done that we've been stressing about and get it over with. This is gonna be my watermelon row, and I've got two different kinds. Got the Charleston Gray. This one's supposed to do really well out here. I've had issues with my watermelons exploding because it gets so hot. And then I had to try this one out. Moon and Stars. One of our favorite channels we like to watch, Roots and Refuge, she mentioned this last year, and I remembered, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this one. It just looks really pretty and different. And yeah, now I've got my watermelon row. I got all the dirt from over here. Kind of creating this little heart-shaped pond. I'll probably take this dirt and build up these levees over here. But eventually, be a very lovely little area. I want to put giant calla lilies and some pretty pink ornamental grasses. Nate's been hacking his way through that darn massive tree today. But right now, he's working on the top for our brooder box. We are expecting 10 bourbon red heritage breed turkeys this week. So we got to get the brooder box going. This is going to be the top for it, and then we'll have the light. We had issues with one of our cats, Merlin, murdering 3 of our chicks last season, and we don't want that happening this year. Yeah, I put these little stakes here to keep the kids and the dogs to realize to stay away from my zinnias. Because otherwise you forget and you end up stepping all over them.
Right. If you saw how much of a hurry Melody gets in when she has to come and get the chicken eggs after dark because she forgot.
Yes.
She flies out here and flies back to the house. And yeah, if you didn't have these stakes up, she'd trample everything. Still don't have this side of the chicken run back up, but we've got the tree out of the way, so once I move this firewood, I'm working on a lifetime supply of
this
firewood.
Thing is massive. I mean, look at all this firewood he's been getting. We got this huge pile, and over here, and these things are just huge.
Yep.
And that's not even the biggest piece yet. I see you gotten through.
I'm still working on getting your table out of here.
Well, I mean, that looks decent.
The next one in, I'm a little bit hopeful, I think we're gonna have to get all the rot out, and then, I don't know, I thought about using Pretty River stones as a filler and then pouring resin, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play around with it and see. Get creative.
We'll see if it's even worth doing, but I'm gonna try. I got several chances to try to get a table out of this thing.
I think we'll be able to do it, and I think it's gonna be really pretty.
We'll see how it goes. I didn't get as far as I thought I'd get today, but every day we're getting a little further, and
this is a massive tree to be working your way through.
yeah,
I mean,
we will get through it, and we will have, this is ash, really good hot burning firewood, and it'll be well seasoned before winter, so silver lining.
Yeah. Nate is all done with the top to the brooder. Pretty
yes.
neat.
I've solved some problems that we've dealt with for many years. So this is the brooder top. I hammered it together out of junk. You can see on the sides here, pallets. Once again, folks, we love pallets around here. It's free. So it looks junky and it's made out of junk, but functionally, there's a few features that I wanted to point out. We've learned by frustration and trial, by gosh and by golly, we've learned what works and what doesn't. You have got to get your food and water up above the ground, because this will be full of wood shavings. There is nothing turkeys love more, or baby chicks, than to scratch around and lovingly pack their water dish full of wood chips. And if you raise chickens, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've never raised turkeys before, but I feel like they're gonna probably be about the same. So since I had to put this top on to keep our curious cats out, I can't get away with just a screen. It's got to be something strong, which gives me the opportunity to rig up these little chains to keep these off the ground. Now they can't pack them up full of wood chips. And I also have the option, as they get taller, I pull more chain up, slip the little bar through, and there you go. Now when I was setting this up, the chain kept dropping through the hole, and I realized we're headed into another problem. That's going to be very frustrating. It's going to drop into the water, into the food. You're going to have to fish it out from down there. So I just put these just made some big wire loops so the chain, you can't lose it. All right, there's another thing.
This is so amazing.
I was going to put a hinge on this. Y'all, it's just a brooder. So I put these little boards in here that keeps it from coming off. Cat jumps up on it. He's not going to be able to lift it either. Now you'll notice heat lamp on one side, ventilation on the other. I intentionally did not put ventilation throughout, just on this side. Made this hole small enough to keep the heat lamp up off the wood, and also to allow for some convective current of air. It's going to be heating it up here. Not only do they have the temperature gradient, if they're too cold they move over here, if they're too hot they move over here, but you've also got this hotter side. The hot air is going to be rising. It's going to be coming out through these cracks. It's got to come in through somewhere, so you move your intake all the way to this side. Now you've got a cross flow of natural convection that's going to keep them ventilated. So even though they're in a very enclosed environment, they're going to have fresh airflow. They're going to have cooling air. They're going to have a warm spot. So I think this solves most of the problems that we've been dealing with for a number of years, trying to brood little baby chicks in a house that has 6 cats. Plus all the other little problems that pop up just because of the nature of the little animals that we put in here. I think a little bit of paint might be in order, make this thing look a little nicer.
I will paint it this week.
Functionally, I think we're there. I'm pretty happy with it. Next time y'all see this, it'll be full of baby turkeys.
Yeah. We're gonna test it out this week, see how warm it gets in here. Okay, we still have some time.
I thought the camera was off. I was like, why is she still talking? I'm just staring at my handiwork over here like, yep.
Now I'm just talking to myself.
Put a thermometer in here and fire it up tonight with water in there, because that affects things.
True.
So let's set it up as we would, and then let's see what the temperature does. Do we need to cover the holes, or do we need drastically more holes to keep it from cooking them out? Do we need a more powerful bulb or less powerful? Let's get it all dialed in, because when those birds show up in the mail, you got to hit the ground running. It's go time.
The post office calls you up and you're like, oh, I gotta get there right now.
Yep.
You go there and you hear the little chirping in the background.
Yep.
It's fun. It's exciting. I'm pretty happy.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, let's see where it goes. Well, y'all, until next time, take care.